Hello fellow brick fanatics, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review for a 2022 LEGO Jurassic World set based off of last year's movie Dominion. It is Pyroraptor and Dilophosaurus transport. Set number is 76951. It's recommended for building ages 7 and up. Comes with 254 pieces, and I paid $40 for the set back when it was released. However, this is a set that got hit with the price hikes last August, and now the set does cost $45, and I will take that into account. And further thing to note, this set is a Walmart exclusive here in the United States as well. But without further ado, let's start deconstructing the set and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So first up for minifigures, we're going to take a look at Ellie Sattler based off her appearance in Dominion. She has unprinted olive green legs. That's perfectly fine. There's not really any detail on her pants in the movie that warrants that. Not even pockets and zippers and all that are not necessary details, I feel, but getting that torso, it's very nicely detailed. You do have the nice coloring of her outer jacket there. Her undershirt as well has nice wrinkles and a lot of nice detail. She comes with that old female hairpiece that's been around for quite a while, and it does work. It is serviceable, and she does have a brand new face for this figure, kind of emulating Laura Dern's kind of elderly appearance here, so you do have some wrinkles around the eye. And flipping this around to the back, you do have some nice back torso printing for the jacket there. And she does have an alternate expression, way more scared. And that is what that looks like, surrounded by the hairpiece there. Next up we got Ian Malcolm. They do use the same skin tone here as the clone troopers over in Star Wars. It does reflect Jeff Goldblum's ethnicity pretty well. However, I want to start off by talking about that torso. The detail on it for the black parts is very nice, although you can see the chest there, the exposed chest. It has some hair on it. That's also very nice, but that skin tone is supposed to be the same skin tone as the plastic of the hands and the head. It's very washed out just from it being a lighter color printed onto a darker plastic, and that is very poor quality control, and LEGO really needs to get better at doing this, and that they just need to get better. But going up to the head is very nicely detailed. It does have the glasses as signature to this character. He does have some nice facial detail as well, the wrinkles and all that to accentuate old age here. He does come with the old Doctor Who hairpiece in a light gray color. And flipping this around, he does have some nice back torso printing for his outfit, and he does come with an alternate expression there. It's more, of course, scared, kind of scared, you know, dealing with dinosaurs, so that's par for the course for these sets. And last up, for minifigures, we do get a generic guard. Thing to note here, all these parts are just reused, which is very typical for these generic goon type minifigures, but she does come with a that sniper piece introduced in the LEGO movie sets with a yellow syringe on top of it, just to represent a tranquilizer gun. That torso is very nicely detailed. Again, it is reused from all the way back from the Fallen Kingdom line, so there's nothing new here. Unprinted black legs. That head is the old Jyn Erso hair that has been reused numerous times on various females, but here for a generic character it works. It's not supposed to look like anyone specifically. And then she does have that newer style ponytail piece in a nougat color. And flipping her around to the back, you can see she has a nice back torso there with just details from the front of the suit carried over, along with that Jurassic World logo in the back there. And then you just have the alternate expression of that old Jyn Erso face. Now, moving on to the dinos of this set, starting off, we do have the Pyroraptor. This is a brand new dino that was introduced in the movie, and thus a brand new mold for this set. Like the smaller ones, this is one single mold here. It's very detailed, however, with all the printing, all the paint is very nicely applied to this thing. You do have a little bit of airbrushing on the tail though, so that may vary based off on your the one you get in your set. So mine here doesn't really cover the whole thing, but some of this is supposed to be red feathers going towards the tail here. You do have some nice printing for the eyes. You do have a nice mold for the hair there, for the plume, just going back. And like the Dilophosaurus and Velociraptors, this does have one point of articulation. You can open the mouth that far. It's a click joint, but it only has two modes. You can either have it closed or fully open. The other dino included is a Dilophosaurus. This is the exact same one we got back in like 2019 in one of the kind of made up Lego sets that they put out that year. It is a good mold for a Dilophosaurus. They actually brought it down back to the size that a Dilophosaurus is supposed to be. However, with this, we did lose the big posable frills. But having said that, even on the big one, they weren't posable. But here, they're just kind of molded, and they are printed very nicely with that color. Again, this is the exact same coloration we got back then. It is kind of dual molded, where you can tell that this is a separate, more rubbery plastic. So the back part here is double injected. You do have some nice painted toenails, which is, now, having looked at it, that was not on the Pyroraptor, so that is a miss. You do have some nice printing for the eyes area there, and much like the Pyroraptor, you can open the mouth there. And also, unlike the Pyroraptor, which I'm just now noticing this, you do have painted teeth, so that is a little bit better, but you can only, like the Pyroraptor, you can only open it and close it. That's about as far as they can go. Main build for this set, you do get a Biosyn kind of truck here pulling a trailer, and we're just gonna go right into it. The build here was very enjoyable. A little bit of advanced techniques here for the grill, overall design, nothing too complex, but it was still a very fun and enjoyable build. Let's start getting into the nitty-gritty detail. But first, we're going to separate the trailer from the main car, and we're just going to focus on the car here. This thing does use a nice combination of dark tan, some dark red mixed in there, a lot of black and gray. But overall, this set does use color very nicely and does use parts very nicely as well. Give you a little 360 spin here. The stickers that you see here, there are 3 of them, and unfortunately, this is a recurring problem with Lego. They do not match the color of the plastic, so the tan of the sticker is a lot darker, and that really stands out, and it doesn't really look that great. But getting into details, you do have this nice grill here using the bar piece right here and some nice headlight built up. You do have a nice frame around the window there as well, just to reinforce it. That's very nicely done. You do have some nice builds here for the mud guards as well. They are just made with hinges, but that is nice. You do have resemblance of side mirrors there, and they are able to be angled. You do have the smaller size car doors here, and you are able to open them. They're not necessary, but I do appreciate the attempt at detail. Some people appreciate that too. Back here at the either side of the vehicle, you do have clips to put accessories. Currently clipped in per the instructions is a little electro prodding tool for the dinosaurs, and then you get your obligatory fire extinguisher. So that is pretty fun. Roof comes off pretty easily, and you can get easy access to the interior to put figures in. And in that seating area, you do get a steering wheel on one side for the driver. You get some semblance of the dash right here. It's not very great, but you do get some off to the side studs there. That's just to help seat your minifigures. With that technique there, you can easily fit two minifigures in there side by side without having their hands or arms or anything bump into each other, so they fit in there pretty nicely as well. You do also have a couple of silver gunmetal gray ingots here, just to help the roof fall into place. Back here, you do have a nice trunk here that can easily open, and inside you do get a little bit of storage for some equipment. So you get a clip for to put another tranquilizer gun, a clip to put a different accessory if you want to, and then you get a satellite dish or a communication dish. So if you're out in the wild hunting for some dinos, so you are able to communicate back to wherever you are. You also do have a grill piece up here at the top, just to simulate an area where you, in the real world, you could put more accessories. At the very back here, closing that back up, we do have some tail lights represented pretty well, and you have a tow ball hitch that easily connects to the trailer. And looking at this trailer, it's to transport one of your dinosaurs. For some reason, two are included, but you can only fit one on this thing. You do have some nice wheel usage here. They're a lot smaller than the big truck. You do have a nice build for the harness here. Some more of those yellow lights for, I assume, pacification. And then you have a little flag piece here used as a ramp. And opening this up is pretty easily. You can take either of the dinos included in this set, and they just fit on the two studs here. Having the Dilophosaurus on there, you can just easily close it up. It doesn't fully enclose the dino here. It's just you kids gonna have to use their imagination a little bit, so that's perfectly fine, and you can reattach this pretty easily to the truck here, and you can capture your one of your dinos, and then the other one can come and attack or something. So unfortunate that only one gets put in here, but I guess that's what they could do for the part. Here's the extra parts you should be getting in the set. Big standout here, you do get an extra one of those short rods, but even more importantly, you do get one of those syringes in that pretty new and still rare yellow color. So taking a look at the instructions, you do have one big booklet here. You do have the front box art making up the front cover here, as opposed to the newer, later style, which is nice to see. You do have inside just a blurb about how to use the building instructions app if you don't want to use the actual physical instructions. You do have, going through this, you do have the random guard interestingly showing off the progress through the instructions here. At the back, you do have 78 pages of building, plus you have the cross-sell for the entire Dominion line, as well as showing you that a couple of the sets can be combined together. You do have a cross-sell showing all the dinos included in the Dominion wave as well. Then you have the parts inventory at the back as always, and you do have the older style of the Win on the back of the cover. So taking a look at the box here, it's that standard $30 to $40 size box. You do have the Lego and Jurassic World Dominion logos up at the corner. You do have that general aesthetic that the Jurassic World Dominion line has, with the nice gray tiles making up the border, and then on the other border here you do have the amber with the mosquitoes. Up at the top right corner you do have the dino of the set peeking through with the Pyroraptor. Nice product shot of the set in general here. Up at the top of the box you do have the minifigures shown as well as Ian Malcolm there sporting the actual size. Other side of the box you just have a shot of the Pyroraptor, and then back of the box you have various showing of play features of the set, as well as a little infographic on the two dinos included in the set. So going into my final thoughts, the build overall was okay. The designer obviously used a lot of interesting techniques for an overall just mundane car, but I do think they did a really good job. A nice little play feature. Only downside is you can only store away one dino when there are two included. Minifigures are very nicely included as well. All of them are good gets. Ian Malcolm is exclusive to the set, while Ellie, it's a far cheaper way to get her. She only comes in the largest set of the line here, and you just get a generic guard, but the two dinos as well are nice and well included here as well. The Pyroraptor, as pointed out, I seen paint on the teeth and the nails. However, the paint on the rest of it's really well done. The Dilophosaurus is completely reused from another set, but I don't begrudge that just due to the molds that this entire subline had to create, and especially you do get a nice new one in this set as well. So Dilophosaurus is pretty well included, and the printing does do service to the ones in the movie. Quality is where the set takes a massive downward spiral for me. Not only do you have the mismatched colors on the stickers, but you particularly Ian Malcolm's torso, that skin tone of his exposed chest not matching the skin tone of the plastic, completely inexcusable. And lastly, that brings me to price. I paid $40 for this, of course, as I mentioned in the opening. Has been increased to $45. Neither are good prices to me. $40 is pushing it, but I've seen recently, especially with the holiday season, Walmart did roll this back to like $36 here in the United States, and that is much more a reasonable price for this. I do understand with the dinos they kind of up the price here, and considering that this is a Walmart exclusive that they had to decrease the price like that. kind of shows that this is way overpriced, especially with that price hike. So all in all, set's going to get a 7.5 out of 10 for me. Comment below, let me know what you think about the set. Always look forward to having a discussion with you guys. Ring that bell. Subscribe. That really helps with the engagement, really helps with the algorithm. So please do that, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stack on.